Let's go! So in the previous episodes, we covered the skills needed to progress from Diamond to Champ in 1s and 2s, and if you haven't seen those, it might be worth checking them out. As always, I have the prerequisites for this stage. Also, just want to mention we have a free Rocket League course on this YouTube that you may not know about if you are new. The course is built to build a player's skills in a layered manner so that they can slowly improve with training packs, quizzes, example tutorials, and everything else you need to improve. Each new skill is about like a martial arts system. You complete the training pack or the requirement, share it in the Discord, and you get given that belt as a role. And if you do the full course, you get an e-certificate. So if you didn't know about that, go and check that out. And throughout this series, we really make a point of talking about Rocket League standards. A Rocket League standard is an example of a test protocol that combines the scores of a range of tests into a single rank index, which then attempts to provide simple, meaningful feedback to the player so they know which rank they should be. Therefore, what I am saying is if you are able to do the things I'm saying and you're still losing, then it's all on your strategy, because your mechanics are clearly already there. And today we're going to be talking about going from champ to grand champion. Oh baby, grand champion. So let's break this down using defense, offense, and strategy. 1v1, defense. So a grand champ is where we need to increase the repertoire we have and to mix stuff up. So yes, prevent giving the opponent space where possible, but also mix it up. Use fakes as before, but now we want to mix in actual challenges. But here is a really cool combination. From the outside, go for a fake challenge to the inside. The reason is now we are protecting our net, so if they shoot, it's going to hit our car. If they don't, this is great because we're going to be in an inline shadow. From there, we want to do a half flip challenge. We can also do this if we are on an inside shadow, pushing the opponent naturally down the wing. We can then do an inside to outside fake, and whilst on the wing, we can do the half flip challenge. The half flip challenge is all about timing. It is really important to time the dodge. So we want a single jump, get the contact, and then do the half flip. So jump, get the contact with the back of the car, and then half flip. If we do it too early, sometimes you can get bumped off the ball and it makes it pretty difficult. The cool thing about waiting to get the contact is if you don't get the contact, you can quite happily land and continue to shadow. And then the next time you could do a real challenge, and then the time after that you could fake into a classic shadow. Obviously, you don't have to use this exact routine, but this is an idea now at Grand Champ how you need to mix things up to stifle the opponent. So the big one here is to work on the half flip challenge. The other thing to consider is aerial plays. Now players tend to hit more aerial shots, so it's a good idea again to mix it up based on their ability. If they're comfortable hitting aerial shots, then you might want to challenge earlier to prevent them getting the shot off. That way, if they try it again, they'll have that in the back of their mind, so you can jump up, do a fake, land straight away, and re-challenge once they've adjusted their shot. There are no belts for this on the offense, but you just need to continue doing what you're doing. As always, it's better to have a few skills perfected than many different skills not very good. Offense. For offense, we now need to upgrade our kickoff. The kickoff is what ones is all about, and we need to get the speed flip down. In the white belt video, there is an explanation of how to do the speed flip. But if you struggle with the inputs, you can use the cheat method, as I call it, which the video is linked at the top right and will be in the description below. Getting to the ball first and being able to control where the kickoff goes is so important. But again, it's Grand Champ, so now you have to be able to mix it up. If you're getting smashed on kickoffs, maybe throw in a fake or a delay, or see why you're losing and make that adjustment. But what about weapons? Well, we've basically got all the belts during this blast through series. However, I would now look at doing delays and merges. For example, start an air dribble and then just go for a shot to accelerate the ball. Little tricks like this can catch people by surprise. Another recommendation for going up to Grand Champ may surprise you, but I would actually suggest doing the purple belt for wall shots. The wall shot is a fantastic weapon to mix in. If you've slow played it from the wall and noticed the opponent is adapting by staying closer or maybe going further on the walls for the corner boost, you can now try to boom it straight on their net as they turn to face you, or they're just lazily shadowing, allowing an instant goal. So the strategies. As previously mentioned, mix up challenge variety, chain moves together in both offense and defense, and most importantly, do not be predictable. You have a fantastic toolbox, so make sure you use it. If the opponent adapts, then you make the change. This is a fluid process. You can always come back to previously used moves. So the standards for getting to Grand Champ in 1v1 are: practice half flip challenges so you can have a non-stop chain of defense. Challenge at different times with aerial plays. Get the white belt with the speed flips. Get the purple belt for wall shots, and remember to mix it up. And of course, continue to play the game when you can. But here is the difference. When you are playing well and on form, play more. If you're not playing well, go into a different game mode or head into training and work on something else. You're going to need to be at the tippity top of your game right now. 2v2 defense. Here we go, 2v2 defense, and of course we know about rotation, but now I'm going to throw a spanner in the works. Add in ball side rotations. Yes, I did just say that, and here is why. Now, do not get me wrong, I am a huge fan of the back post rotation, and in most situations I feel that's the solid option, but in certain situations it's more beneficial to go ball side, especially now we are going up the ranks. Situations where your momentum is heading to a side that the ball might be going on, it's fine to rotate that side, as long as you don't rotate right in front of the ball. That's the big thing. If you are going to a side and the ball gets switched and it's going that way, you need to flash your cam to see where your teammate is and go in the opposite direction. So for example, if the ball is heading down the wing and you've been forced on the same side, flash to see where your teammate is. If they're near the wall, take the favorite boost path. And if they're more central, take the mid boost instead. This will allow you to get back into the play quicker if your teammate does challenge and does end up winning. We can now start to throw some challenges on the ball side rotation if we are the last man. Our goal here is not to win the 50-50, nor do we expect to. But now as the game gets faster and with people being so aggressive at this rank, you may be rotating and left as the last man. It's difficult to spot on the way back, so a quick side flip into the ball just to make the opponent's offense awkward will do the trick. It's just going to slow them down. But remember, the majority of the time we still want the basic back post rotation. And for the first man, now players can hit double touches and flip resets much more consistently. So going up to challenge them before they get chance is now a good idea. You want to go straight up to them, not too far forward. Usually the biggest noticeable difference between the level of players is the ability to defend aerial plays. At the lower ranks, people tend to take off too late or have way too much forward momentum. Remember, they are coming towards your net, so you can almost go straight up and they will push it into you. Always keep that in mind. Offense. So what about offense? Well, similar to 1v1, we have basically got all the belts during the Blast Through series. However, I would now look at the delays and merges again. I also think it's a good idea to have multiple wall threats, similar to the ground. More options are better. My absolute main wall recommendation is to really drill and get good at the ceiling shot, and that's due to getting a free flip with little mechanical ability needed. So get the emerald belt and continually develop your aerial ability. Additionally, again, similar to ones, I would recommend doing the purple belt, aka the wall shot. Wall shots are a fantastic weapon, and that's 2 weapons now we have off the wall. If they're going wide, we can shoot. If they're back, now we can go for the ceiling shot. You see what I mean? But remember, try not to overcommit. So if you're going onto the ceiling for a ceiling shot and you don't feel comfortable, you can hold A, come back to the ground, and just rotate around your teammate, not putting yourself in a dangerous position. Strategies. Now, don't get me wrong, you don't need any of these strategies to get Grand Champ. You can quite happily use what we've done so far, as I showed in the No Mechanics Road to Grand Champ. That being said, maybe we're looking to go beyond that. And for that situation, we can add in the occasional ball side rotation to put pressure on if you feel like it is a good idea to maybe make it difficult, or you see them going to the boost with low boost, you want to quickly grab that mid boost and starve them to make it awkward. We also want to mix up our offense from the walls. Sometimes we slow play, sometimes we blast it. Hell, sometimes we may even want to air dribble, but like anything, get consistent in the training room first. So the standards for getting to Grand Champ in 2v2 are: belt-wise, defensively, no new belts needed, just work on vision and focus on flashing the cam to figure out your line of rotation. And for offense, get the emerald belt, which is the ceiling shot, and the purple belt for wall shots, and remember to mix it up. And of course, continue to play games where you can. But now, when you lose, go into the replay file and see where the situations you could have rotated faster, not left your teammate in a 2v1, or if there was a different path of rotation you could have taken that would have been better. Remember, knowing is not enough. We must apply. How many times I hear people say, I shouldn't do that, and I continue to. We all do it in life, you know, that's what we do in life. But this is the ultimate test. If you're finding something you do a lot, this is a habit, and we have to really consciously try to change it. So you need to continually practice and stay conscious of that to be able to change it. And with that being said, everybody, that is the end of this series, the Blast Through series. We've done a lot on this channel with these sort of things. The whole belt system, We did the road to 1v1 no mechanics, the road to 2v2 no mechanics, and now we have the exact blueprint of how to get to Grand Champ in 1s and 2s. And it doesn't mean it's going to be easy just because you got the blueprint. You will have to put practice into this. But I do really want to say thank you everyone for all the support over the last pretty much a year, I think, of doing the YouTube. Yeah, exactly a year since we did the hookshot belt. So thank you everyone for that. I do appreciate it. And I've had a lot of people request to do a 3v3 no mechanics series. Now 3v3 is real tough because one bad apple spoils the bunch. But you know what? I'm gonna give it a try. I'm gonna see if we can do it. No mechanics road to Grand Champ in 3v3. We must be crazy, but we're gonna give it a shot. So thank you everyone for watching. Thank you to all of the patrons. I do appreciate all the support from you guys, booking in coaching sessions. That really helps, and it helps me get even better at understanding the game and seeing it from other people's perspectives. So I do really appreciate that. And as always, everybody, look after yourselves. Have a nice life, and as always, peace out. Peace.